been like talked about a few seasons ago, and I was just like, oh no, I can never. Like, hats off to anyone that does it.
And then I talked to Johnny. He's like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. And I was just getting ready to text her, and then I saw the dots.
I know, that's the biggest mystery to me and my sisters. We are blown away. It's the thing that has us absolutely blown away.
Kim Kardashian has never been shy about voicing her opinion, especially when it comes to Hollywood politics, the media, and the changing power relationships that come with being famous. But when rumors spread that she was having an affair with Travis Barker, she didn't hold back. Many people thought that Kourtney Kardashian was upset about a deception closer to home, as seen on Vine and in Whispers. At first glance, Kim's passionate speeches about protecting mainstream journalism and supporting inclusive initiatives seemed like normal Hollywood behavior of famous star fighting for causes that matter to the public. However, the timing couldn't have been more dramatic, and soon people were wondering if Kim's stance on media trust and diversity was overshadowed by a looming family scandal that could turn everything upside down. 10 years ago, it might have seemed unlikely that Kim Kardashian would become a leading figure in national debates about ideological agendas, media integrity, and how scandals affect even the most glamorous celebrities. Early in her career, people often dismissed her as a product of reality TV hype due to her use of social media to promote shapewear and cosmetics. But as the years went by, she started to change her image by speaking out about serious issues like criminal justice reform and mental health. To the surprise of both her fans and the general public, the name Kim Kardashian started to carry more weight than many realized. Over time, people from all walks of life started to pay attention to her comments, whether they liked it or not. She was no longer just a reality star. She had become a cultural force. This put her comments in a kind of spotlight that even A-list actors sometimes find challenging to keep up. Everything changed when, out of the blue, insiders started to say that Travis Barker had admitted to a secret affair. This could hurt the Kardashian family deeply, but the details were still unclear. Mill's favorite theory suggested that Kourtney and Travis had an affair a long time before they became famous.
I wish this was the first time I wish there were like Vogue outtakes. Does it mean a lot to you to be on the cover of Vogue? I assume it must be.
Absolutely. I mean, just to be in the same name as so many amazing people that have been on the cover is such an honor. And to have Anna Wintour pick us.
But the gossip never quite cleared up when exactly the affair happened. Had Travis cheated on Kourtney with someone shockingly close to her in the past? Or was it a completely different affair that just brought up old patterns of cheating? The speculation ran wild, fueled by older comments Travis once made about being drawn to certain members of the Kardashian circle before anyone could verify what exactly had happened. A lot of people shared the story on social media sites, especially X, formerly Twitter, where fan ideas and supposed sources became very popular. Many people thought Kim wouldn't directly address the rumors because it was about her sister's marriage. However, in one of her more angry public statements, Kim seemed to go out of her way to defend the role of mainstream media in reporting the truth, calling it dangerous that so many people believe online rumors. At first, people thought Kim was just attacking the media. There was some doubt about the truth of the rumor if major news outlets hadn't confirmed anything about Travis's alleged confession. It could have been a hoax. But Kim's main point was to criticize how alternative platforms and the mobs they can create spread lies and accusations without any checks and balances. She said this at a time when mainstream news outlets are struggling to stay relevant. CNN lost a lot of viewers, MSNBC had trouble keeping key groups of people, and people had no faith in corporate-owned networks, podcasts, and independent commentary.
Watched it, and she was like crying over the fashion and like all these stores that don't exist anymore. And, you know, we were like, oh, we can never drive down in a Rolls Royce in Beverly Hills these days. You know, all the shopping bags out, you'd get robbed. You know, it was like, it was such a different time. And so I love nostalgic movies. I just always have like memories of who I saw something with.
On social media, Harry filled that void and often beat the old school giants. The Kardashian family had always done well with TV interviews, glossy magazine covers, and network specials, so it made sense that Kim would defend the systems that made her family famous. However, the things she said felt very personal. She insisted that the media tell it like it is, when given a fair chance, doubling down on her belief that professional journalists still form the backbone of how society should understand the world. The timing of these remarks led many to speculate that Kim was deflecting from something bigger, namely the explosive possibility that Travis had indeed admitted to cheating. If a big scandal broke, the coverage would no doubt overshadow the carefully curated stories that helped Kim build her empire. Cynical fans and critics read her support of mainstream outlets as a strategic move to keep the narrative about the Kardashians within the realm of corporate media, where the family's PR strategies historically excelled. She had also spent months championing diversity, equity, and inclusion day programs in Hollywood, insisting that the entertainment business needed to embrace a broader range of voices and experiences. Some praised her stance, but others saw it as part of a larger push by celebrities to appear socially aware at a moment when the public was growing weary of performative activism. Into this swirling debate about media trust and the unstoppable Kardashian brand dropped a new layer of drama. Had Kourtney found something that might shake her marriage with Travis to the core? Was Kim's righteous anger about mainstream news actually a mask for anxiety over whether Kourtney would face heartbreak and humiliation in a very public forum? The rumor mill couldn't get enough. The family's relationship suddenly looked more fragile. Kim's sense of urgency in policing the media's portrayal of events was suspiciously timed, leading onlookers to wonder whether she was scared that unfiltered speculation on X could escalate and spin out of control, damaging the brand beyond repair. Meanwhile, Kourtney herself seemed uncharacteristically quiet, fueling
idea of what someone's gone through, or even understood taking the time to listen to people more than maybe speaking and making it about yourself. And my compassion has just grown, and my empathy has grown on another level.
Suspicion that something was indeed amiss. Ordinarily, she would be the first to push back if tabloids ran with false stories, yet her social channels grew more subdued. She posted lifestyle here and there, shared a few snapshots of her children, and gave push wellness recommendations, but there was an eerie absence of any fresh content featuring Travis. Not so long ago, the pair was all over Instagram, celebrating their romance with extravagant public displays of affection. Now it was radio silence, broken only by the odd remark about how they were taking private time to enjoy family life without cameras around. That explanation might have sounded normal in any other context, but given the swirling allegations and Kim's outspokenness about dangerous rumors, fans began to assume a deeper rift. Was Kourtney confiding privately in Kim, or was she blindsided by her sister's sudden choice to champion a pro-media stance? The tension in the Kardashian world spiked further when the attention turned to Day, something Kim had been touting as a moral imperative for Hollywood over the past year. Kim and other celebrities had publicly criticized film and TV projects that didn't feature enough underrepresented voices, praising any steps taken toward inclusivity. She also pressed for fashion campaigns to show real-world diversity. At first, many fans cheered. Then, as more big studios and brands rushed to adopt the Day label in an attempt to stay on the right side of public opinion, people started rolling their eyes, feeling that it became yet another marketing strategy. When Kim refused to acknowledge that large chunks of viewers felt force-fed by these corporate virtue signals, backlash to her approach was inevitable. She doubled down, saying that such frustration was inevitable in any meaningful cultural shift. But critics argued that slapping a Day sticker on content doesn't fix deeper storytelling issues or the audience's fundamental mistrust of Hollywood's motives. All of this set the stage for the perfect storm. Kim's unwavering trust in mainstream media collided with a population that increasingly questions official authority. Her fervent support of Day clashed with those exhausted by endless marketing slogans. Add an alleged family betrayal into the mix, and the result was a wave of public fascination and cynicism unlike anything the Kardashians had faced before. if Travis indeed admitted to a secret affair and if Kourtney was quietly reeling, how would Kim's pointed comments about trusting real journalists hold up if it turned out the official story was sanitized in her favor throughout the...
I thought, okay, well, maybe if I were to research other people, maybe I would look for someone, again, that's like exactly like Alice. And then I went to prison. Scott Budnick took me to CIW, and I met with these women.
The ordeal. Fans and critics took to X, YouTube, and other platforms to dissect Kim's every move. They replayed old clips of her praising Travis and Kourtney's love story, contrasting that with her more recent condemnation of dangerous narratives on social media. Did she want the rumored scandal to be handled carefully by mainstream outlets so the family could control the spin? Or was she genuinely worried that the swirl of unverified gossip might traumatize Kourtney and Travis if it spiraled beyond reason? Perhaps both. Either way, the incident highlighted a broader truth. The Kardashians have always leveraged media, both old and new, to sustain their fame, but now the lines between friend and foe are blurred more than ever. Hollywood watchers noted that Kim's stake in preserving mainstream media's credibility is not just a family matter, it's also a business one. The Kardashian empire flourishes when media outlets amplify their brand with positive or at least controlled coverage. If those outlets continued to lose trust and viewership, the entire structure that once made the family unstoppable could crack. Social media alone has become a double-edged sword. It gave them direct access to fans, but it also turned into a breeding ground for unfiltered claims about Travis's potential affair. Kim's critics argued that she wanted the best of both worlds, the ability to harness social media to promote her lines.
It had been talked about a few seasons ago, and I was just like, oh no, I can never. Hats off to anyone that does it. And now after doing it, I see how crazy it is and I see why people freak. But it wasn't ever really super official. And so Lorne Michaels came in town and had lunch with me and my mom and officially asked me to do it. And I went for it. I was like, you know what? I'm in my 40s. Just go for it. Find your happiness.
Yeah.
And I went for it and I took my time and I found it and it feels so good and I want to hold on to do my best to make it happen. So when I was 9 years old, the show The Real World came out. I remember me and my best friend Allison were sitting and it debuted. And I looked at her and I go, this is what I want to do. I want to be on a reality show.
Really?
And I was like, when we're 18, can we make an audition tape and send it in? And she was, her dad's a manager. She was like, we'll make a tape.
It's a microcosm of Hollywood in transition, no matter how the dust settles. One thing is certain, the Kardashian era, which lived on a delicate balance of carefully orchestrated media coverage and enthralled viewers, has entered a stage where cracks are forming. Kim Kardashian, whose voice once rang out unopposed across reality TV and Instagram, finds herself dealing with a new media landscape that questions everything from her sincerity about Day to the very nature of her sister's marriage. As the drama unfolds, viewers observe an empire under strain not just from a rumored betrayal, but from the clash between old guard celebrity control and the raw, decentralized energy of modern communication. The big question is whether the Kardashians can adapt once again, or if this time the narrative storm will leave a permanent mark on the family that redefined the synergy between fame, media, and cultural influence.